Hey YouTubers! I tried making this video once already, but I accidentally deleted it, so I'm doing this over. If it looks like I've been crying, I'm sorry. This video I'm about to make is going to be very emotional for me. So, the first time I tried making this, I cried. I'm going to talk about something very personal. And I got the idea to make this video after after watching Rainbow Pagan 2's sexual abuse story. So I figured, why not? Abuse comes in all shapes and sizes. It can be mental, emotional, physical, sexual, even spiritual. But if you're in it, before I even start talking about my own personal experiences, if you are in a relationship where you feel you're being abused, leave while it's still minor. And I say that in a very light way because no abuse is minor. Every abuse is major. So, if you feel you're in an abusive relationship, don't stick around long enough for it to get worse. Because some abusive relationships lead to death, and I mean, some people are naive enough to say to themselves, well, I'd rather die than not be with this person. Well, are you sure about that? You have a long life to live, and it can be great, and it can be wonderful, and you can be with someone who can treat you the right way. I mean, just because it's not bad all the time doesn't mean it isn't bad. So that's just a note from my heart to anyone out there who's in an abusive relationship. So, I'm going to talk about my personal experiences with abuse, inside and outside of dating. So, I'm going to step out of my element for a little bit, because I know I talk about LGBT topics, and I will talk about how it involves in gay relationships, but for right now, I'm going to talk about my past history, because I can't just talk to you guys all the time like I'm talking out of a book. I need to talk to you guys about my own personal aspects and my own personal life so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. And I don't want to make this video for sympathy. I don't want to make it for pity. I just want to make it so that people out there don't feel like they're alone. Because I know in my past, I've felt alone, very, very alone. So, I'm going to start with how, when I was a child, I used to be bullied really, really badly. Starting from 3rd grade up. And when I was in 3rd grade, there was these 2 bullies who always used to beat me up every day. Every single day. And the reason why it started was pretty stupid. I'm not going to lie. They started picking on me over a dodgeball game. No, it was a kickball game. They started bullying me over a kickball game. Because I missed the ball and I threw it back and he said, no, that doesn't count. Because you know how in kickball you kick it and if it goes by you farther than it should, then you throw it back. Kind of like a ball in baseball. So, it started over something stupid, is my point. And it shouldn't have happened. I mean, I'm not saying it's my fault why it happened. But just for the fact that they had to get angry enough over a kickball game to start bullying someone doesn't sound right to me. But they started bullying me. They beat me up every single day in gym class. Every single day. And the gym teacher did nothing. I'm not sure if he actually saw it or if he didn't, but the point was he did nothing. He sat down all day, legit, reading a newspaper. So, in a way, he let it happen. He didn't keep his eyes on the kids. Every single day, they would pull me out of the gym activities and they'd beat me up. So, and then when I moved on to 4th grade, they didn't beat me up every day anymore because people were starting to watch because they knew I was targeted. They knew I was targeted. They knew I was a victim of bullying. But the bullying didn't stop. I actually had more bullies in 4th grade picking on me than I did in the 3rd. And it was a horrible time for me in my childhood because as the years progressed, it got worse. Then moving on to 5th grade, it was the first year I ever got a detention. It was the first year I ever got a suspension. And I got into multiple fights that year. I got into multiple arguments with words. I was starting to get bullied really bad, and at this point, I decided it was too much for me to take. At 10 years old, I already felt suicidal with my life. And it was because people wouldn't leave me alone. And if there's any young people out there listening to this video right now, if you are a bully, you may do it for the fun and the laughs. You know, just to get a reaction out of people. Someday, your reaction is gonna cost you huge. Because there are kids out there who kill themselves over this. Don't just feel suicidal, but actually kill themselves. So think about what you're doing. So, back on topic. At 10 years old, I already felt suicidal with myself. And this is the part where I feel the tears coming again. At 10 years old, I already felt fed up with my life. I didn't want to deal with it. I mean, people made it pretty clear they didn't want me around. And most people might want to tell me that's only because and people might want to argue, well, if you're 10 years old and suicidal, you must be mentally unstable. Well, you think about it. You try getting bullied the way I got bullied and see if you are mentally stable. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was mentally unstable, and it was because people ruined me. They broke me into pieces. But anyway, 6th grade, I decided it was enough and I went to a different school. I didn't even last a year there because the beatings were so brutal towards me. I had enough. I didn't even finish a year there, so I switched to another school. And remind you, the first school I went to, there was always somebody who switched into the school I switched into and told people I got picked on. And that's why my past followed me. Because the second school I went to, somebody from the first school switched into there and told people I got picked on. And believe it or not, the same person who started my bullying at my second school was also the person that ended it. She beat me up, I decided it was enough, and I left. Then I went to my 3rd school. At first I didn't get bullied, but then, once again, somebody from the first school switched into that school, told everybody I was bullied in the first school I went to, and this school ended up being worse than the 2 before it. I got beat up there multiple times. I got jumped. And as bad as that sounds, it was in front of a church. So tell me how ethical that was. And no, it wasn't because I was gay. I didn't come out until my 2nd year of high school. But, like I was saying, I'm sorry, this is just hard for me to talk about. I got sexually harassed there. I got death threats, rape threats. It was really bad. And I didn't want to take it anymore. Luckily, next year after that was high school. I did get bullied my first year of high school. which led me to starve myself and cut myself. And, and I was at the height of my suicidal thoughts. So, but luckily, my second year of high school, as bad as it was, not because I was bullied, but just because it was an emotional time for me, I wasn't suicidal anymore because luckily I met somebody who made me realize my life was precious. And there were people for years who always told me, don't do it, don't do it, don't kill yourself. But that only makes you drop the knife for one night. It doesn't make you drop it forever. But the person I met was such an incredible person that she basically told me, listen, you're putting it down and you're never picking it back up again. There are people who love you. And her words, were more incredible than even what I just said. And she made me stop. So, after I hit 15, I wasn't suicidal anymore. But to think that at 10 years old up to 14, I was suicidal is pretty sad to think about. But, now I'm gonna go into my dating history. Because abuse isn't just straight and abuse isn't just gay. It's something that can occur in every relationship, in any relationship. So, going into my dating history now. And I'm gonna need to hurry this up because my YouTube time limit is 15 minutes. So, anyway, my first boyfriend I went out with, not the one I went out with for 3 years. That's puppy love and I don't count that. My first real boyfriend, if that's what you want to call him. I dated him when I was 14. I had my first kiss with him, first date, all that stuff, shebang. And he was, I guess you can call him emotional and sexually abusive. Because he would always call me, and granted we only lasted 2 weeks, so this was a very short-lived relationship. He would always call me every day, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? And back then I was young, and I was first starting to date, so I didn't really know what he meant by that, and he laughed at me, and he goes, no, I mean, what are you wearing? And I figured it out in my head, and he was disgusting. He was a pig. He pressured me so many times to have sex with him. He was like, I'm not a virgin. I know you are, but I know you want it. Come on. It's fun. You know you want it. You know you want it. Now, I didn't have sex with him, thank God, because that would have led to deep repercussions. And I just want to tell you people out there, even if you've had sex before, please know that you have the right to say no. No one has a right to pressure you into doing something you don't want to do, even if you've done it before. And I didn't have sex with him because I didn't want to be pressured into it. I wanted it to be meaningful, special. Then the girlfriend I had after him, as you people may know, in a video I've referenced to, I'm gonna reference to a video I did before. The Devil Rule video I did, I talked about the girlfriend after him. So I'm gonna skip her and go into the girlfriend after her. The girlfriend I had after her, she changed for the better. I'm not saying she's a terrible person now, but back when I dated her, she could have been a better person. And I'm not saying nothing bad about her. I love her now. Now, she's a good person. But moving on. Crap, I'm gonna have to make this a 2-part video. I'll see you guys in the next part, because I'm gonna divide this video. Peace.